Hey Guardians, welcome back to another episode of Darby Up. Today is a Thursday video. Happy Thursday to all. Zur is located at the EDZ at the Winding Cove this week.
They will come to you.
Alright Guardians, we're going to see what Zur is selling today.
My will is not my own.
Zur is selling the Queenbreaker. It is a arc linear fusion rifle. Pick it up if you don't have it for your collection. Next is the Wormhusk Crown, good for your Void Hunters. Dodging gives a small bump to health and shields. Next up is the Stronghold Gauntlets for the Titan, bonus to Guarding with Swords. And then lastly is the Fellwinter's Helm, the Warlock Helmet. Powered melee kills grant a burst of energy that weakens nearby enemies. Zur today is also selling the 7th Seraph Carbine with Slide Shot Swashbuckler. I would pass on that, not a very good roll. Next is the Enigma's Draw Sidearm, Zen Moment Demolitionist. Decent roll, I'd pick that up for PvE. Next is the Extraordinary Rendition Submachine Gun, Surplus Tap the Trigger. I would pass on this, not very good rolls. And we have a Deafening Whisper. Now the Deafening Whisper is a very nice Void grenade launcher with Killing Wind and Rampage. Now, Deafening Whisper is the only Void waveform grenade launcher outside of the exotic Dead Messenger. I do like the perks of Killing Wind. Final blows grant increased mobility, weapon range, and handling for short duration. And Rampage, kills with this weapon temporarily grant increased bonus damage, stacks times 3. And it has a blast radius masterwork. Very nice. I would highly recommend picking this up for your PvE content. Very great in crowd control situations. And then next we have a Soros Verse, which is an arc auto rifle with dynamic sway reduction, one for all, one quiet moment. I would pass on that, not very good. Then Temptation's Hook, the arc sword with burst guard, tireless blade, and surrounded. And I would pass, not very good. And then a Bite of the Fox, which is a legendary sniper rifle with snapshot sights and explosive payload. I would recommend this roll particularly for a PvP situation. Very good. Pick that up for your Crucible, possibly Iron Banner next week. It's coming out. As far as armor for the Titan, they have the Illicit Invader Gauntlets with a max resilience. I would pick that up if you need to increase your resilience on your Titans for your builds. The Illicit Invader Plate, standard rolls. I'd probably pass on that. The Helm, a little spike in resilience. I'd still pass on that. You can do better. And then the Leg Armor, average rolls. I'd pass on that. Would recommend that you pick up the Gauntlets just for that increased resilience bump.
The Cabal are bringing in a fortified mining lander.
Zur also is selling the
I
Hawk
believe
Moon.
this means a resource grab.
Hawk Moon, Eye of the Storm, and it has a textured grip. I would pass on this. You can wait and get a better roll on the Hawk Moon. And then we have a Dead Man's Tail. Dead Man's Tail has snapshot sights. I would pass on that as well. I'd wait till Vorpal shows up.
I'd expect a Cabal mining expedition to be
Vorpal's
heavily
very
armed.
good in your PvE situations.
You fear nothing.
So again, Zur is in the Winding Cove today in EDZ. He does have a couple good armor pieces to pick up, but I would highly recommend picking up that Deafening Whisper. Now, alright Guardians, we're going to check out the armor pieces for the Hunter. The Illicit Invader Grips for the Hunter. They have a Recovery and Discipline Spike with a little bit of mobility with a armor score of 61. Not bad. The Recovery and Discipline is nice. Recovery for your shield to come back after they've been depleted. Discipline is to get your grenade back quicker. You could do better rolls on these. I would pass on those. Illicit Invader Vest has a Resilient Spike with armor score of 61. Not bad, but again, you could do better on your resilience spike if that's what you're looking for your hunter. Discipline is 17. Not terrible, but you could do better in my opinion. Illicit Invader Mask. Armor score 58. That's kind of low. You want something at least in the 60s, if not more, and more 70s. Average rolls, pass. And then the Illicit Invader Strides or the leg armor. Again, average rolls. Nothing too spiky anywhere. Total armor rating of 58. I would pass on those. So next we're going to check in with our Warlock. See what the armor's looking
Until
for them.
we speak again.
Alright guys, we're back to see the armor pieces for the Warlock.
The Nine see your valor.
So for the Warlock, gauntlets. Ooh, very spiky and resilience at 26.
The Cabal
Not
are
bad.
bringing in a fortified mining
I would
vendor.
possibly pick these
I
up if you're
believe this
looking to get
means a
that resilience
resource
up on your
grab.
Warlock. Next is the Illicit Invader Robes. Average roll, armor stat of 60. I would pass on these, you could do better. The Illicit Invader Hood. A little spiky in mobility, discipline, and strength with the armor score of 61.
Hey, you!
I would pass on those.
I'd
Not
expect
the
a Cabal
best.
mining
And
expedition
lastly,
to be
Illicit Invader
heavily
Boots,
armed.
which you
Be
spike
careful.
in mobility and intellect with a 63 armor. You could do better in these. I wouldn't pick those up, but what would catch my eye is the gauntlets with that resilience boost, which is nice. I definitely pick those up if you want to get that resilience up, because if you remember, guys, in Season 17, resilience got a buff. So if you get 100 resilience in your build, that is a 40% damage reduction. Very handy in all sorts of PvE and game content. So that is it for today on this Thursday. Happy Thursday, happy hunting, Guardians. Remember, stay safe out there. More build videos, guides, walkthroughs, and discussions to come.